Hi, I'm Alyssa, and I'm a registered nurse who's been fighting for my daughter's future for the past 8 months. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. One click from you means more stories can be shared. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers and make a difference. Let's begin. I was coming home from my second double shift this week, my feet killing me, when I heard Emma laughing in the living room. That sound, God, it meant everything to me. 8 months ago, a drunk driver slammed into us at the intersection near our house. I walked away with bruises, but Emma wasn't so lucky. The impact damaged her hip and left leg pretty bad. She's only 8, and the doctors said without specialized physical therapy, she might never walk normally again. Mommy, look what I drew! Emma was sitting on the couch, her leg brace propped up on pillows, holding up a crayon drawing of our family. Derek was next to her, helping with her homework. That's beautiful, baby. Did you do your exercises today? Yeah. Derek helped me with the stretches. When can I start the real therapy, Mom? I looked at Derek. We'd had this conversation with Emma so many times. The specialized treatment center wanted $12,000 upfront, money we definitely didn't have lying around. Soon, sweetheart. We're almost there. Patricia, Derek's mother, walked in from the kitchen, shaking her head. Still throwing money at that fancy therapy center? You know, when I was Emma's age, we just toughed things out. Kids bounce back naturally. Patricia, the doctors were very clear about what Emma needs. $12,000 for some glorified gym sessions? That's more than most people make in months. Maybe you should consider the free therapy at the community center. Derek jumped in before I could respond. Mom, we've been through this. Emma needs the specialized equipment they have. The community center can't help with her specific injuries. I'm just saying, Alyssa is working herself to death for something that might not even be necessary. I bit my tongue. Patricia had been staying with us for 3 months, supposedly to help with Emma, but mostly she just complained about our choices and ate our food. I sold my grandmother's ring last week. What? Alyssa, you didn't tell me that? Derek looked shocked. That ring meant a lot to me. It was the only thing I had left from my grandmother. It was worth $800. Combined with my extra shifts and that tax refund, we're so close now. You shouldn't have to sell your jewelry. It's just stuff, Derek. Emma's future is more important than some old ring. Patricia rolled her eyes. Well, I hope this expensive therapy is worth bankrupting yourselves over. After Patricia went to bed and Derek carried Emma upstairs, I sat at the kitchen table with my laptop, logging into our savings account. The number on the screen made my heart race. $11,347. We were almost there. Just a few more weeks of double shifts, maybe selling my car and taking the bus to work, and Emma could start her treatment. I'd been living on peanut butter sandwiches and coffee for months, wearing scrubs with holes in them, but seeing that number made every sacrifice worth it. 2 weeks later, I was finally ready to make the call. Emma had been asking every day when she could start therapy, and I could finally give her an answer. I dialed the treatment center while Emma was at school. Hi, this is Alyssa Thompson. I'd like to schedule my daughter's treatment program. We discussed the payment plan a few months ago. Of course, Mrs. Thompson. Let me pull up Emma's file. The total cost is $12,000, and you mentioned you'd be paying the full amount up front for the discount rate. That's right. I have the money ready. Perfect. I'll just need you to transfer the funds today, and we can start Emma next Monday. My hands were shaking as I logged into the bank account on my phone. The page loaded, and my world collapsed. Balance, $47.23. There has to be a mistake. I refreshed the page 3 times. Same number. I checked the transaction history, and there it was. A withdrawal for $11,300 made 5 days ago. Mrs. Thompson, are you still there? I need to call you back. I hung up and immediately called Derek. Hey, babe, what's up? Where's the money, Derek? What money? Don't play dumb with me. Our savings account. The money for Emma's treatment. It's gone. Oh, that. Listen, I can explain. You better start explaining right now. I had to borrow it temporarily, just for a few weeks. Borrow it? For what? My mom really wanted to take this cruise. She's been depressed since Dad died, and I thought, you thought what? That you'd steal your daughter's medical fund? I didn't steal anything. I'll put it back before Emma needs it. She needs it now, Derek. I scheduled her treatment for Monday. Well, you should have talked to me first. I was standing in our kitchen, gripping the phone so hard I thought it might crack. I should have talked to you? It's my money. I worked those double shifts. I sold my jewelry. It's our money, Alyssa. And my mom deserves to enjoy her retirement. Your mom deserves... Derek, are you hearing yourself right now? Just then, Patricia walked through the front door, glowing with a tan and dragging designer luggage. Oh my goodness, that cruise was absolutely divine. The suite had a private balcony, and the excursions in each port were just spectacular. She was scrolling through her phone, showing off photos. Look at this dinner. It was at the captain's private dining room. Cost extra. But when will I get another chance like this? I stared at the phone screen. The fancy meals, the luxury suite, the expensive shore excursions, all paid for with money I'd scraped together working 16-hour days. Patricia, do you know where Derek got the money for your cruise? Oh, Derek was such a sweetheart. He said he'd been saving up to surprise me. He took Emma's treatment money. Patricia's smile didn't even fade. Well, Emma is young. She has plenty of time for therapy. I'm 72 years old. How many more opportunities will I have for a trip like this? Derek, tell me you're joking. Alyssa, be reasonable. Mom's getting older and Emma can wait a few more months. Wait? She's been waiting 8 months already? A few more won't kill her. Won't kill her? Derek, she's 8 years old and she can barely walk properly. Look, I'll get the money back somehow. Maybe we can take out a loan. A loan? With what collateral? We already mortgaged everything for this house. Patricia was still scrolling through her cruise photos, completely unbothered. The spa treatments were heavenly. I had a hot stone massage and a seaweed wrap. Cost me $400, but I felt like a new woman. $400 that belonged to my daughter. Alyssa, don't be dramatic. Emma will be fine. Derek stepped between us. Mom, maybe you should go unpack. Why? I'm just sharing my wonderful trip with the family. I looked at Derek, waiting for him to say something, anything, to defend his daughter. Instead, he just stood there. Get out. Alyssa, let's talk about this. Both of you, get out of my house. Now. The next morning, I called my best friend Sarah. She works at First National Bank and knows her way around financial documents better than anyone. Sarah, I need your help. Derek stole Emma's treatment money. What? Are you serious? Dead serious. He took $11,000 and gave it to Patricia for some luxury cruise. Alyssa, that's theft. Do you have proof? I have the bank statements showing the withdrawal, but I need more. Meet me at my office in an hour. Bring everything. Sarah was waiting for me with a stack of papers when I arrived. I pulled your account records. Look at this withdrawal slip. She handed me a document, and my blood ran cold. There was my signature at the bottom, except I never signed it. Sarah, this isn't my signature. I know. Look at the A in Alyssa. You always make that little loop at the top. This one doesn't have it. He forged my signature? Looks like it. And Alyssa, Derek works in corporate finance, right? At Morrison and Associates? Yeah, why? Forgery is a major ethics violation in the financial industry. They have zero tolerance for this stuff. His career would be over. I studied the document closer. Derek had practiced my signature, but he got the details wrong. What else can we do? Well, if Patricia received money that was obtained through forgery, that's receiving stolen goods, we could contact the cruise line, report the payment as fraudulent. Would they really investigate? If stolen money was used to pay for services, they're legally required to cooperate with authorities. Sarah started typing on her computer. I'm also thinking about media attention. Local news loves stories about people stealing from disabled kids for luxury vacations. You think they'd be interested? Alyssa, this has everything they want. Greedy husband, entitled mother-in-law, sick child. Channel 7 would eat this up. I felt a spark of hope for the first time in days. What about legal stuff? My cousin Mike is a family attorney. He handles divorce cases all the time. Want me to call him? Yes, definitely. Sarah made the call while I photocopied all the documents. Mike can see you this afternoon. He said bring everything. Bank records, the forged withdrawal slip, any text messages or emails about the cruise. What about Emma? I still need to get her treatment started. Mike said there's emergency provisions for medical expenses in divorce cases. The court can freeze Derek's assets and force him to pay. How long would that take? Couple weeks, maybe less if we can prove urgency. I spent the afternoon with Mike, laying out everything. He examined the forged signature under a magnifying glass. This is clear forgery. Your husband's looking at criminal charges, plus you have grounds for immediate divorce with full custody. What about his job? Derek works at Morrison and Associates. They're required to report financial crimes to state regulators. I'll make sure they get copies of these documents. And Patricia? She knowingly accepted stolen money. I'll contact the cruise line's fraud department and the district attorney's office. How fast can we move on this? I'll file the emergency motion tomorrow morning. By Friday, Derek will be explaining to his boss why he forged his wife's signature to steal his daughter's medical fund. And the media? I know someone at Channel 7. Once the legal paperwork is filed, it becomes public record. They'll be very interested in this story. Walking out of Mike's office, I felt something I hadn't felt in months. Control. Derek and Patricia had no idea what was coming. Friday morning at 10:15, my phone rang. It was Derek. Alyssa, what the hell did you do? I just got fired. You got yourself fired when you forged my signature? My boss called me into his office with HR and some guy from corporate compliance. They had copies of the bank documents. Good. Maybe next time you'll think twice before stealing from your daughter. They're saying I violated company ethics policies. I could lose my license. You should have thought about that before you committed forgery. Alyssa, please, I can fix this. I'll get the money back somehow. It's too late, Derek. Channel 7 ran the story that evening. The reporter stood outside our house talking about the disabled 8-year-old whose father stole her medical fund for his mother's luxury cruise. They showed Patricia's Facebook photos from the cruise as evidence. Patricia called me 20 minutes after the broadcast aired. How could you do this to us? My church friends are calling asking if it's true. It is true, Patricia. My bridge club saw the news. Helen called asking if I really spent a sick child's money on spa treatments. You did spend a sick child's money on spa treatments. This is humiliating. Martha from the garden club wants to know if I'm really that selfish. You are that selfish. The next day, something amazing happened. People started showing up at our door with checks and cash. Emma's teacher organized a fundraiser at the school. My coworkers at the hospital started a collection. Complete strangers who saw the news story sent money. Sarah helped me count everything. Alyssa, this is incredible. You've got over $18,000. 18,000? The treatment center called too. They saw the news and offered to start Emma's therapy immediately with whatever you can pay now. Derek showed up Sunday morning while Emma was at her friend's house. Alyssa, I'm begging you. Don't destroy our family over this. You destroyed our family when you chose your mother over your daughter. I made a mistake. I'll do anything to fix it. Derek, you looked me in the eye and told me Emma could wait while your mother got hot stone massages. I was wrong. I see that now. You said a few more months wouldn't kill her. Remember that? Alyssa, please. The answer is no. To everything. No reconciliation, no second chances, no forgiveness. What about Emma? She needs her father. Emma needs her medical treatment, which she's getting thanks to people who actually care about her welfare. I care about her. If you cared about her, you wouldn't have stolen her money for your mother's vacation. Derek tried calling every day for 2 weeks. I blocked his number. Patricia moved in with her sister after her friends stopped talking to her. Emma started her treatment program 3 weeks later. Her physical therapist said she was making excellent progress. The community raised enough money to cover the entire program plus follow-up care. Derek pleaded guilty to forgery charges and got 2 years probation. He couldn't find another job in finance. Last I heard, he was working at a hardware store. Emma walked across the stage at her school graduation ceremony without her leg brace. The whole auditorium stood up and cheered. Here's what I want to know. Do you think Alyssa went too far? She destroyed Derek's career, got him charged with forgery, and refused to forgive him even when he begged. Some people say he got what he deserved for stealing from his disabled daughter. Others think she should have given him a second chance for Emma's sake. What's your take? Was this justified revenge or did she cross the line? And what about Patricia? Should a grandmother face public humiliation for enjoying a cruise, even if it was paid for with stolen money? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to hear where you stand on this because people are split down the middle. If this story got you fired up, smash that like button and subscribe for more revenge stories where people get exactly what they deserve. What would you have done in Alyssa's situation?